Hello, everybody. I'm TRG, or used to be. This is the defunct archive now. So, I got into it with Sonic Hero, or also known as SH on YouTube, and I had to go and actually file a copyright strike against this person because they re-uploaded my content with nothing. I left multiple comments on the videos. He says that he didn't see it. Fair enough, but this point still stands that like you did still re-upload my content. He tries to act like this is him being like targeted or like just that I could have done something better or certain things like are different than how I try to say it is. That isn't the case. Let's actually go look at it. So let's actually like watch it all together. So this is where it starts. So let's do
Many
this, right?
subscribers, then you're basically getting fucked in the ass. So there's this guy named
Yeah.
Darkakix Archive. I don't know how to say. I'm sorry, not
What dark? It's defunct.
good with names, but admittedly his name is actually kind of cool. And he made a video on me because, well, I decided to make a compilation of a few of his other videos. These being the nominal dingus videos he made, and I don't really like these vids.
He didn't make a compilation. He just straight up ripped my content. That's something different. All he did was rip my content, put music in the background, and then acted like it was enough. That is not the same thing as making a compilation. Making a compilation would not only be like the points that I disagree with, or saying something else, or saying the compilation of points that I disagree with, yada yada. Like that's not a compilation. All you did was take my content, put music in the background, and then edit the clips together. Like here's the thing, even then like compilations are in the weird gray area because there needs to be a level of actually transforming it.
Because he basically decides to stay like that's the thing I have to say about this guy's content. He basically is just like, hey, I'm the dude who spouts the opposite opinion, which I guess isn't entirely bad, but
Where in this I talk about Nick Andros literally saying go report PewDiePie's video. I literally talk about like this guy like saying another lie about somebody. There's nothing here that's like shows the opposite opinion. There was literally nothing before I like actually like unlisted a lot of videos and privated and deleted them. Most of it was just talking about like gaming stuff and criticizing that and just criticizing random stuff. That's not the same thing as the opposite opinion. What he's trying to paint me as is just completely different than whatever he's trying to talk about. It's like, what are you saying? He doesn't know what the actual opposite opinion is. That would be me going, this is overrated. That's overrated. That's a naysayer. This is not me.
it's just like I don't get it. That's basically what this guy does for a living. He's just like this is wrong, you're all wrong.
Literally, the false allegations of here is right. This is right. That is right. What are you talking about? These have evidence. What are you talking about? This isn't like I'm saying this is wrong. It's like, hey, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the claim. I'm checking to see what the evidence and what the person says. This isn't matching up. That's not a naysayer thing.
And it's like, I'm fine with, like, you can have a different perspective and see the flaws with, like, here's the thing. I don't think the first nominal dingus doc is that, like, it's not the best doc, I'm gonna be honest. It has holes in it, it has flaws.
It's not even just that it has holes. It's just straight up pseudoscience.
I won't disagree with you on that, but when the second one came out, my mind changed. I realized that Nominal Dingus is, not that great of a guy. And it's not like I'm just saying that because, oh, everyone else is saying that. No, it's just that in the doc, I'm pretty sure Nominal admits that, yeah, I did some fucked up shit. So, I find it
No, he doesn't actually admit that. He doesn't admit that at all. That is a complete lie. You're going based off of memory. I actually went back to it. He doesn't admit that. I think he admits it, like he admits something later on due to pressure, but that's not the same thing as this. Hey, cut here. Yeah, I went back to the doc while editing this video. Like, yeah, he doesn't actually have like he doesn't actually have anything of that. Like, not a single thing actually talks about his stuff, like his response. There's nothing in that document. What is correct though is that he made a response on Twitter that was just kind of a generalist statement, which is not the same thing as admitting to things of grooming, sexual assault. When we looked at the thing of grooming allegations, the person said, I got groomed into a friendship. That's not what grooming is supposed to be used for. This person right here told their friend over here they are getting groomed into a friendship. That's not the same thing. When we went to the first doc, which then went into the second doc, they continued this story. The story is false, just objectively. My point is that those claims, those very serious claims, have no evidence at all. I say, like, yeah, he's a complete asshole, right? He's a complete dickwad. But when I go talk to these victims and they cannot go and back up their claims when I'm saying, like, hey, this does not make sense. What are you saying? There's no evidence behind it. There's nothing behind it.
Really odd that this guy is trying to like stand up for him. Yeah, that video.
I'm not standing up for him. Like, once again, that's a lie and a manipulation of events. I literally say in those videos, like, that's fair. Whenever there's something that's fair, of like, yeah, that's weird. That's weird, but like, what else are we gonna go from there, right? If there's something weird, I'm like, yeah, that's weird, but like, for the claim of like sexual assault, weird is not the same thing as sexual assault. For the claim of like grooming, being weird is not the same thing as grooming. That's the point that I'm getting across, because when I actually look at the evidence, and I went through that entire doc and actually went piece by piece, literally the document says from one of the victims, we know grooming has like something about grooming having multiple meanings, and if you take that, then you can get grooming into a friendship. They had to play word games. That is my point. I had to show that they were playing word games. That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing as what you're trying to describe as here. Which it's just lying about what actually happened, what I was talking about, what is my personality.
That I made on him. Well, I got striked for it, and now I have. So if I get 2 more strikes, my channel is basically screwed. So I gotta really tread carefully. He does in this video. He does make a fair point, I guess, because it is his content, and I'll take the L for it. But I also think it's a very poor way to handle a situation like this. If he really didn't like what I did, he could have just said, "Hey, don't re-upload my videos," and that's fine. I wouldn't have been mad at that. But
why would I need to say, "Don't steal my video"? Hey, don't murder somebody, because like, if I get stabbed, I should have told the person I didn't want to get stabbed. That's such a bad point. Like, you should know enough to say, maybe I shouldn't just clip somebody's video and then just re-upload it, because pretty much everybody on the internet hates that when you just take somebody else's content and then like just do that and add nothing to it. I left a comment as well, and he did respond to me.
in this video,
Like, I talk about it, he says that he doesn't remember seeing my comment, which is fair. It could also be because I did leave a comment here. It could also be like actually like hidden, which go check your hidden comments always, because a lot of the times you would get you'll have like engagement that doesn't count, so then your videos like do like worse, and it'll just get like auto flagged for no reason, of like being too large or not actually doing anything, yada yada. But yeah, like I don't necessarily, even if I didn't do that, I don't necessarily think that that's a good point of saying like, well, you should have came up to me. It's like, well, you shouldn't have taken somebody else's like content without doing that, right? It's like, this could have ended if you just didn't do something that everybody is aware of. So let's get back.
harassing him. And what did I harass him for exactly, you may ask? Well, I have barely talked to this guy. I've only been in his comment. I've commented on one of his community posts and one video of his, and you know what I said? Keep coping. I even said, I think I just told, I don't know, maybe I'll go back a little bit, but I guess
Notice how he like skips the part where I actually give like the background of it. If you actually watch the video, the background talks about like the actual nominal situation, but like, yeah, I mean, I understand that he's trying to get that, but like,
I told the guy to like cope.
so he didn't just do that. The problem that I have is that when you do that, and then you'd have that instance, okay, well, you're going on that. You then do it on another time, right? And you do this here. Then you kick it up with 2 instances back to back of trying to insult me. Keep in mind, the way that you went about it was that you were relying on making fun of me to go and try to say that I'm somehow wrong. That's not a valid criticism, but B, that is against YouTube TOS. You can't go and be like point and laugh because I think that they're wrong. That's not a way that you can go about it. So when you take the fact that you insulted me before and then you're insulting me again twice in this instance. So we have, no, actually 4 times, because you're doing the cope twice and then you're doing this. You have 4 instances if you really want to do that. Then you have an entire video that re-uploads and steals my content and then insults me both within the like title and thumbnail, which, like I said, it breaks YouTube TOS. You're not allowed to actually do that. You have all this stacked against you. That is harassment. Even if like the insults are minor and they're dispersed, doing it in a way that is consistent to where there are multiple times is what harassment is. So maybe he doesn't understand harassment, but yeah, both in a legal way and a TOS way, that's what harassment is.
I said I'm not surprised that this is coming from the guy that
the
defended Nom. Really tame insults. I even said that I feel like he makes himself look like a clown in the
I
process.
mean, tame insults don't matter. It's what you're actually doing and what you're like, how you're doing it, and how often you're doing it is what really matters. So I even say that, like I say, like these are like kind of whatever insults. I'm pretty sure I could be misremembering that, but yeah, it's like I even say like that's not the worst thing in the world, but when you're doing it consistently, that then becomes harassment.
How is this harassment? It's not like I made, like, no, I would understand if, like, let's say I left these comments on all of his videos, but, like, no. I want to make something very clear. I do not.
Well, that's the thing. Harassment has multiple levels. Doing it on a minor scale is not the same thing as doing it on every video, but doing it consistently, like how you did, where like I can go back and then be like, well, now you're coming back again, and then now you made another video and I talked about this at length again. I'm not gonna repeat myself, is what really matters. So even if you like saying like I did a little bit of harassment is like, that's still harassment. It's like, oh, I did a little bit of theft. It's like, that's still theft. I did a little bit of the insulting. That's still like an insult, right? It's like you're just, it's the same thing. It's just on a lesser level, and like it's still bad. We shouldn't go and try to encourage that at all.
Not agree with this guy and his viewpoints, but don't harass him. Honestly, don't even engage with the guy, because I've tried to like talk to the dude about it. I left like 2 comments trying to like hear him out and even offer to talk to him on Discord, but it seems like he's not willing to do that. He's trying to frame me as the you harassed me when you're a YouTuber.
That is a big fat lie, and that's the biggest one that I wanted to actually go talk about. Not a single time has this person ever tried to talk to me on Discord or reach out to me. Let's go look at that. So this is what actually happened here. Keep coping, bro. What cope, right? I'm talking about it. I'm looking at it. The second doc drops, it doesn't have evidence for what they gave. And I say the disappointing, the only cope is coming from people like you that just follows the claims. Disappointing. Coping lol. And then I say explain how. I was the one that said explain, like why is it cope? Hell, even this person pointed it out. Like this was a while back and I remember it, and I'm gonna use this comment as corroboration. But like before this, they had just a simple like post about it and the community post, and then that's pretty much it as far as I remember. And they didn't actually like ever properly cover this. They were just kind of like whatever. But they talk about like, yeah, it's like you're not actually doing this properly. He has not came to me. Hell, we go back into this, like, I'm not surprised, yada yada. He shows this as well. Not a single time does he mention anything with Discord or trying to reach out to me or anything. Even the ones of hidden comments, which is what I generally go through, and you should go through too. I don't see anything, and I don't delete these things unless there's like slurs. There's been like 2 times in which there was slurs in here, and I had to like remove them. Or there was threats and stuff like that where I'm like, no, we're not doing that. But like, yeah, you have not reached out to me. What fairy tale are you trying to do here? You're trying to lie to your audience to save face and not admit what you did. All you have to do is apologize. Keep in mind, I can actually retract that from your record. So if you actually want that, you can properly come to me and say like, hey, I'm sorry for this. I didn't mean to. I don't want that. I want to apologize, and then I'll take it away. I'm not like this person where I'm like trying to go over you, but like if you're not gonna follow any basic standard that even I know, and I'm very young, so like this isn't like, oh yeah, I'm the wise master on the mountain. I'm very young. I know this. I think everybody knows this. You don't steal content. You don't consistently try to pester somebody, even with minor insults. You don't try to do all this and then try to act like you're off the hook. Like my feelings aren't hurt. It just makes me question, what are you doing?
You're going to have pushback. You're going to have those people that do disagree with you. And you have two options. Either try to hear them out or ignore them. It's not that hard, honestly. And then the rest of the video kind of like he pulls up like things.
Getting pushback is different than having another YouTuber that's not only larger than you trying to make fun of you. That is not the same thing. What are you talking about? That is, having a bigger YouTuber stealing your content is not the same thing as what you're describing. Don't try to conflate your actions with another one and try to act like you were the good guy here, or you were just doing things that everybody would do, or yada yada. You are the villain of this story, and you just didn't know enough, and you're still trying to make up stuff.
Upset on Blue Sky, and then he brings up some old post of mine. I guess this right here is fair. Like,
no, you're not gonna skip past that. You call somebody the F slur. You call somebody the R slur. You have other things of consistently using slurs. You're not moving past that. Oh, buddy, I like how you try to move past that. Are you gonna address your usage of slurs, or are you just gonna go away from that? Because I have never used a slur. Most people haven't used a slur. I'm not here to like language police, but like if you're gonna do that, you might want to go and like stop that.
Maybe this does violate. I mean, maybe the thumbnail right here. Maybe this does violate YouTube TOS. And you know what?
It doesn't. It's not maybe. It is.
Fine. That's okay. But even I'm still gonna offer this as an opportunity, man. If you want to talk to me, you can. I am willing to hear your perspective out. I want to understand you and learn more about you. But if you don't...
No, you don't. What? This is what you're trying to save face now. What are you talking about? Like this is kind of the thing where I'm like, where was this person when I actually tried to say, like, where was this person when I went in and I said, you know what, let's where was this person when I said, like, explain how? But why is this now 4 months afterwards like being extended to me now, like, even though I was the first one that gave you that? What? I'm so confused. What is this? I'm really confused. What is this? Like, if you edited it properly, right? If he was making a video about me, if he gave actual criticisms of like my points, so on and so forth, I wouldn't have done that. If he didn't do anything like this, right? If he wasn't trying to consistently pester me over and over again, whether or not he believes it is that, and he eventually reaches it, he takes it to the level of harassment, both by YouTube's TOS, as I've shown, and both by just an actual understanding of what the levels are, I probably wouldn't have done that. It's just this guy chose like the worst options every single time and is now feeling bad about it because he's now getting punishments for it. You got caught. That's it. Don't do these things. It's pretty simple.
Harassed the guy. I was just making fun of him first. I want to understand you and learn more about you. But if you don't want to do it, then I don't really know what to say. That video wasn't made with the intent to harass the guy. I was just making fun of him for his takes. That's it.
You made fun of me via insults through a compilation of calling me a dick rider. That is what we call harassment. Do you not understand that? It seems like he doesn't understand pretty much anything.
And then I was gonna move on with my life and just kind of forget about him. I just saw him reappear on my YouTube homepage and was like, oh hey, that's the guy that defended Nominal Dingus for some
Incorrect. It wasn't a defense. It was actually going through the documents, checking it, being like, this doesn't make sense, this doesn't make sense, this doesn't make sense.
reason. Let's call him out for it. And yeah, it's really it, unfortunately. But yeah, I got more strikes. Yippee. I'm gonna try to be a little...
So I really don't understand this, that he's trying to change this as if it is actually something like something else. Like he's trying to say that he reached out to me beforehand, and it's like, I have all the comments, they're not here. What are you talking about? You left 0 comments trying to hear me out. I actually gave you the comment 4 months back. What are you talking about? And then he tries to act like, you know, taking somebody's content. I need to go say that you're not allowed to just re-upload my content. That should be obvious, that you don't just take somebody's content and do lazy editing and then act like you can just write off the back of it. Like, obviously, you know, there's limits, there's things like that, there's like all that, because like fan channels and all that, but like, if you aren't doing enough, you can't just cry about it and say like, oh well, you know, you should have told me. I told you. Like, maybe you didn't see the comments. Please go check your hidden, because you do need to check your hidden. But when it comes to this, like, none of what you say is either correct or the... I really don't understand this, because I don't understand this made up reality where he tried to reach out to me and then he tried to say like, oh, let's talk. He didn't ever do that. I don't know what made up reality he's living in, and where he tries to harass me and then he tries to downplay his harassment with, oh well, the insults aren't too strong. It's like, well, they're still insults. Like, that the whole point is that you don't do that. If you didn't mean that, fair enough, but you extend an apology. You don't try to make up excuses for stealing content, consistently insulting me over and over again, even if it's minor, to the point that you ramp it up to the point that you make an entire video that once again steals content, insults me with the thumbnail, insults me in the title, which is against YouTube TOS, and then try to act like that's not harassment. The only reason I brought that up in the first place was because you brought it to that level. That you were breaking TOS, that you did this multiple times. Listen, you're probably a very young kid. I don't want to patronize you or talk down to you if you're not a young kid and like maybe a young adult, but like, you have to actually get more knowledge than doing this, because it's very clear you don't know what you're doing. Just probably keep your mouth shut, especially against things that you don't understand.